Hello, Denton. This is Jake Laughlin bringing you another episode of Discover Denton, a show brought to you by the Denton Convention and Visitors Bureau, highlighting events around Denton. This week, we've got Kim Phillips of the CVB talking about football. Well, it's not football season, but Kim Phillips is going somewhere with this. Stick with us, everybody. Without any more ado, here is Discover Denton.
Hello, Denton, and welcome to Discover Denton. I'm Kim Phillips, coming to you from the Denton Convention and Visitors Bureau. And even though here we are at the edge of summer, I want to talk today about football. I come from a really big family, and while football itself isn't such a big deal, the reason football becomes a topic of discussion at almost every family gathering is because of the schools that are involved. We have alumni from UNT, OU, A&M, University of Texas at Austin, University of Texas at Tyler. We have Baylor. We have Eastern New Mexico University, SMU, Vanderbilt, University of Florida. You get the drift. Now, this is all extended family, of course, but boil it down to just who lives under my roof, and you have my husband from Eastern New Mexico, and my daughter and I both from UNT, and now we have a son at Texas A&M. And this is what I want to talk about. Now, my husband at Eastern New Mexico University, fairly small school, me and my daughter at the University of North Texas, where while, yes, it's a very substantial student population, football has not until recent years been a really big deal there. A lot of people will say, oh, yeah, that's because it's an art school, or that's because it's a music school, or that's because it's a business school. But the vast majority of people who attend school there or who are alumni from there will tell you that they might have attended a game or two, but it wasn't like what we discovered when our son enrolled at A&M. And I will tell you, we were not quite prepared for exactly what we were getting into when our son joined the Corps at A&M, which meant he had a role in every home game. And you may wonder why I'm sitting here talking to you about football. Well, it's because of a vision. After being involved at A&M, and our son's about to be a senior, so we're going into our fourth football season, where he has participated in the home games in the Corps of Engineers at A&M. Lots of tradition involved in this, but the Corps goes out and marches and performs in some capacity at every single game. What we were amazed with, though, was how many people come to these games. Now, Kyle Field is under construction right now, being expanded, but prior to expansion, Kyle Field could still already seat in the neighborhood of 80,000 people per game. And they did regularly sell out every game. It's the culture of that university for people to go to the football games. People that don't even like football go to the football games because that's what everybody does, the energy, the excitement that is around it. Everybody goes. And we're not talking just students. Although 50,000 students, you've got a big audience right there. But the alumni that are engaged, the parents of students like us who go down there for the home football games, and the Aggie alumni thing, that connection to the alma mater is seriously strong. And people travel from all over the place to go back to College Station, and especially during football games where this energy is just incredible. Now, we budgeted for our son to go to college, and, you know, everybody has their own family plan for how they handle college, but in our case, what we didn't know we were going to need to budget was for how much money we spend in College Station going to the home games. And the only reason I bring that up is because home games are a big deal. And I'm telling you about College Station because that's my game day experience. I had never really experienced anything like it until our son went there. But since being exposed to that and watching it and thinking about my own college days and lack of any connection whatsoever to UNT football, I started wondering how or why can't we create something like this right here in Denton? Why can't we marry UNT's sports program more effectively to our community, to where UNT becomes our hometown football game, just like everything in College Station is Aggie related. Even their Whataburger has maroon stripes instead of orange ones. I'm not kidding you. I mean, these people are crazy. But why can't we be that crazy? What is it that's stopping us? Just because we say, oh, well, we're a music school? That's really not it. I mean, in the last 3 years, we've opened Apogee Stadium, the first platinum LEED certified football stadium in the entire United States of America, looked at by people all over the world because of it's stellar, y'all. If you've not been in there, it is a stellar facility. It's beautiful. It's big. It has amenities and stores and everything that Fouts didn't have, including excellent parking, by the way. So we've got the stadium. And guess what now? With Coach Dan McCarthy, we also have a winning football team. A great football team that last season, their first season in the Conference USA, they walk away with a bowl game. Okay, football has the opportunity to become a big deal and to become a driver of the likes that the Aggies are for College Station. Now, everything I'm telling you right here is information that was included in an article that appeared in the Denton Record Chronicle this past Sunday, May the 18th. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because I had some interesting feedback to that article. I had some people who felt like game day, in fact, one person actually responded to the article and said that game day and the millions of dollars pumped into an economy such as College Station is all a farce and it's not real. Well, I'm here to tell you it's real because I've had it coming out of my pocket. And not only that, but when we're down in College Station quite often for various purposes, not just home games. But the difference in College Station when we're there and it's not game versus when we're there and it is a game weekend is dramatic. That is economic impact. When every hotel is full and the rates are ridiculously high and every hotel room in that city is full, every single home game weekend is like a special event. It's like a festival that people come from all over everywhere to attend. And it lasts all weekend, not just for a couple hours before the game, throw back a couple of beers during tailgating. That's not what I'm talking about here. It's unbelievable. The people that responded and don't really get that have either never seen it in person or they're just not logically following what has to happen when a lot of people come to town, they stay for a couple of days, and they sleep, and they eat, and they drink, and they attend an event such as a football game. I don't care how you want to explain it away. That's money being spent in our city. And that's a good thing. That's what tourism is. That's what the CVB is all about. We're partnering starting in 2014, this coming football season. Mean Green and the CVB and also the A-Train are partnering up and saying, you know what? We're starting now to create Mean Green Game Day right here in Denton. Our goal is to connect with check this out, over 130,000 alumni right here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. That's not even all the people elsewhere in the world. But if we can get alumni emotionally charged and reconnecting to Denton, we start building a game day experience that over time can become something to Denton like the Aggies are to College Station. And so the three entities are working together, and we have all kinds of businesses that are coming online, particularly in the downtown area and around the university, because what we're doing is encouraging ridership on the A-Train, ride to Med Park or park at Med Park and ride downtown. If you just want to avoid traffic, whether you're talking I-35 expansion or the downtown improvement project on Hickory Street, you can avoid all of that. Hop on the train, end up downtown, get off the train. There's a complimentary bus that shuttles people, makes 2 stops in the downtown area, goes all the way out to Apogee, and drops people off at the pedestrian bridge. They can walk right across, be in the Mean Green Village, hang out there, go to the game. Then it does the same thing coming back downtown and experience our whole city, experience the vibe of Denton, not just rush in, go to a game, and get out of Dodge. They stay. They spend time here. They get to know a Denton that did not exist when they were here. And we're talking alums as recently as 5 to 10 years ago who, even though it was beginning to really evolve and look very different, they still were missing it. A lot of times students, spend their time inside the curbs of their university, and we're trying to expand those curbs to be our city. It's a really, really cool idea. I think it can absolutely happen. We're spreading the word about it. And if you'd like to read the article, it's in the Denton Record Chronicle this past Sunday, May the 18th. And it's all about Mean Green Day. You can just go to your computer and Google it, and you can read it. Mean Green Game Day. But wanted to put that on your radar because as we get ready to go into the season, in fact, our campaign's going to kick off 1st of July. But as we go into the season, Mean Green Game Day is going to be a big deal, and not just for people coming to the game, not for visitors from out of town, and not just for alumni, but for us, for the people of Denton, to say, hey, it's our home team, and we're proud of them, and we're embracing the green. We do that, and we're going to turn Denton all kinds of green. Different kinds of green, if you get my drift. Anyway, that's Kim Phillips signing off for Discover Denton. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next week.
Well, there you have it. That was this week's episode of Discover Denton. A big thanks to Kim Phillips of the CVB. Another big thanks to Gravity Feed for providing our intro and outro music. A huge thanks to Ellie Meyer, our queen of editing. I'm Jake Laughlin, your producer. Join us next week where we will be bringing you more highlights of our original and independent city. And in the meantime, go enjoy Denton.